What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Project Cars 2. Today we're going to be looking at the Spirit of Le Mans car pack. This is the newest car pack DLC for Project Cars 2. It adds 9 new cars to the game, and I guess they're all to do with Le Mans or something. We also get a new Le Mans track, however I won't be driving that today. We start off with the Audi R18 Fuji 2016. This is another variation of the Audi R18. I believe we already have at least one in the game, and I mean, it's alright. It's an LMP car. I believe LMP1, the quicker LMP cars, and I do like LMP cars. However, I do think that we get a lot of these sort of cars. There's a couple more in this pack actually, but I like them, but the problem is they're all pretty much the same and they get a bit old, and I think the R18 is really the most overused of these cars. I mean, it's alright, it drives fairly well, but to me it's nothing particularly new and special. Next up, we have another Audi R18. It's the Audi R18 Le Mans 2016. This is basically the same as the Fuji 2016 car that we just looked at. Has the same power, I'm pretty sure it has the same weight. It's just slightly quicker in a straight line, slightly quicker top speed, and as you can probably see, the bumper is slightly different and kind of the lights and everything. Really the front of the car it's just made to be slightly different, and that's about it. A little bit disappointing, I think. Once again, it drives pretty nice, pretty much the same as the car previously, and I imagine pretty much the same as the other Audi R18 we have. However, it's not very interesting. I don't like having different variations of cars. I think it's just a bit lazy. Next up, we have the Ferrari 512M. This is a more classic sort of race car, and it's actually pretty crazy. Pretty loud thing, makes a pretty crazy noise, and all round it's pretty fun to drive. As you can probably see, it really dips down a lot and the wheels kind of go up and down and it bounces around quite a bit, but you know what, I quite enjoy driving around these more classic race cars. They're really fun to drive, they're really crazy. The power, just everything about them is a lot of fun, and this is definitely the case with the 512M. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, just kind of your standard sort of classic race car. However, next we have the Ferrari 512S. Once again, like the two Audi R18s, this is just another version, another variant of the previous car we looked at. I think once again it's the same sort of thing. We've got the same power, the same weight, just a slightly different top speed between the two, and once again slightly different body shapes, different bumpers, different lights, different side panels, stuff like that. And once again, I mean, it's fun to drive, it's a nice car, but why do we need all the... I just think this is so lazy when in a car pack we have 4 cars which are all, they're just... I don't know, I don't like it. Let's move on to the Porsche 917 LH. Now, we do already have a Porsche 917 in the game. Once again, this is another kind of variant version. However, I do think this one's it's a little bit different to the other 917, and at least it's not in, at least the other 917 isn't in this pack. I believe we got it in the last pack. But yeah, this is actually quite fun to drive. It's quite a nice little thing. Once again, same sort of thing as the Ferraris. It's kind of your old, maybe 80s, 90s race car. I can't remember the year, I haven't written that down. But yeah, once again, pretty fun to drive, pretty damn quick. And yeah, there's really not much to say about a lot of the cars in this. They're all kind of very similar. Next up, we have the Porsche 919 Hybrid. This is, once again, kind of your LMP car, very much like the kind of standard Audi R18, I'd say. And I mean, it feels like it can go quicker around the corners. I don't know if that was just me being braver with this car than I was with the Audi, but it felt like it could really fly around the corners at full speed. Also, this track has quite a lot of quick corners, apart from these couple of slow ones. But altogether, this was a very, very fun car to drive. But once again, it's just another LMP car. You drive cars because of the look of them and all that, and this car, it just looks like all the other LMP cars. So in that respect, it's a bit boring. Next up, we have probably one of the more exciting cars in the pack, the Porsche 924 Carrera GTP. Finally, we're getting something that's not a full-on crazy race car. It's more of a road car turned into a race car, which is personally the sort of thing that I prefer. I like my GT3s, my GT4s, I like things like that. Road cars made into race cars, and this, at least, this is more of that sort of thing. Pretty crazy turbos on this thing, and altogether just a very fun car to drive, something a little bit different from all the other cars in this pack, apart from the next one we'll get to. But yeah, this one the 94, probably one of my favourite in the car pack. Next up we have the Porsche 961. This may be my favourite car. Once again we're going for this more road race car sort of thing, and this one does have some crazy turbos. I mean, it spools the turbos like mad. It's ridiculous. I was driving it on, I believe this is Cadwell Park, and it's a really narrow track. I didn't realise how narrow this track was. Kind of terrifying in some spots, but yeah, pretty cool car. Like I said, probably my favourite in the pack. I don't know. I think it's between this and the 924, but you know what? I prefer this type of car. They're a bit more unique. I think they're a bit more fun to drive in some ways as well. Maybe a little more challenging. And yeah, pretty decent car there, a lot of fun to drive. And then finally we have the Toyota TS050 Hybrid, which once again is an LMP car. Yeah, what else? What do I have to say? It's basically the Porsche 919 and the Audi R18 again, but this time it's Toyota. However, it doesn't really look any different because, well, that's just kind of how these cars are. But yeah, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? It's nice, it's fun, it's a nice car to drive around, but once again, it is just another LMP1 car that looks the same as the others and drives pretty much the same as well. So yeah, there we have it, guys. That is the Spirit of Le Mans car pack for Project Cars 2. If you enjoy, please go ahead, like and subscribe. Comment what you think of this car pack. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but maybe some people will really like it. I'm not sure how much money it is because I got it for free because I've kind of got the season pass. But yeah, I don't think it's not great. I'll just say that right now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.